program, though, from what I've read on the TNR.
Yes,
It is a
TNR.
good
It's a
program.
wonderful program. You're right. Yeah. Well, I guess we better.
Bernice.
Hey,
Hi.
I finally got on.
All right.
Yeah.
Hello, Bernice.
Hi.
Hey,
Shabbat
Bernice.
shalom, everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
I can see you. Wow, what happened? That's some good lighting.
Oh, yeah, well, I put the light on up above.
All right, looking good.
Oh, thank you. All of you too. Nice to see you all.
Yeah, always.
A lot of people probably left for the weekend, Memorial Day.
You know, that's
Probably.
I almost forgot it was a holiday weekend. Oh well.
I went to Fig Garden today,
Yeah.
picked up 3 hollies. So
Oh, good. Yay.
Cool.
Where did you get them?
raisin and sesame.
Oh, did you go to Boulangerie?
Yeah.
At the Boulangerie?
Yeah.
Big Garden. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Oh, that's in Fig Garden?
Yeah, they have good challah there. Mm-hmm.
They do.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can ride over there.
Yeah.
Only on Fridays, though, I guess.
Yeah.
On Friday, that's right.
Right.
Hmm. Must be running behind.
You know that it's rare when when it starts exactly on time.
Oh, yeah.
Jewish Standard Time.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think it's a bat mitzvah, isn't it?
Yes.
This weekend, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do the Sabbath tonight, bar mitzvahs tomorrow, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, I think so.
So who's going to go to bingo?
Bingo.
When's bingo?
30.
Oh, you mean that musical bingo?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm still contemplating.
It's to raise money for camper ships, I believe.
Oh,
When is that, Jeff?
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Week from
Ah.
Saturday.
Next Saturday?
well, I'll think about it. Hmm.
Oh, I can't. I'm gonna be with my daughter for my birthday next Saturday.
Well, happy birthday.
Yes.
In advance. Yeah, thank you.
I'm just going to
Another
wait
one
for
down.
your birthday.
What's that?
I'm going to
Said
wait till
another one down.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I don't see her up there, but is Lindsay? Lynn, is she here on tonight?
Well, let's see.
I don't know.
I don't see her, but there's
I don't see her either.
Yeah.
she might come late.
Maybe.
It's only 10 participants so far.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
I wanted to say thank you to her. She was so thoughtful. She sent me a lovely, lovely card for the passing of my dog,
You know, that was sweet of her. She sent me
Oh,
one of our
I'm-
cats.
it's just the nicest card with the most thoughtful words.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
Miss Lindsay has a great heart. She's a wonderful woman.
Well,
Yeah.
that was just so thoughtful of her.
See right there, you guys go like that.
Yeah.
You didn't have to go there.
Y'all can hang
Emily?
out here if you want.
So,
There's a TV
Susie,
screen.
Yeah.
I tried on that pair of Lululemon
You
pants,
can
and they're not see-through.
Wait a minute. Who said Lululemon?
Me.
Oh,
Hey.
Faye.
We were talking about that the other night.
What
If they
did
were-
you do, Faye?
I tried on the Lululemon yoga pants that my daughter gave me.
Oh, and
And
don't
you
have
and
a
Carol were
program
wanting to
until,
know if they
well,
were
so you can
see-through,
hang- you
and
can
they're
hang
not.
down there. Well, a little while.
okay.
When we were having dinner, we were talking about that. Carol said you thought they were see-through.
I'd rather this.
Okay, let's all mute right now.
Shabbat Shalom. Good to see everyone. We're here, we're ready. Oh, look, wait, there we go. Okay, now we're ready. That's a cue, but it's for the whole family, so, or at least the women of your family, to help light the candles, as is, so get mom and everybody else. Yeah, down there first. Okay. So yes, we have a big weekend, and Ajani will be called to Torah tomorrow as bat mitzvah, but we'll start off tonight with candle lighting with the women of the family and friends and whoever else you want up there with you. If you like, we can all sing together, or you all, oh, you're good with that. Okay, we'll do that. Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen. Okay, now Ashani up here. You didn't want wine, did you? Yeah, okay. I don't like wine either. All right, Joey, you ready? Here we go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pari hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon inchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit ki hu yom techila lemikra'e kodesh zecher letziat mitzrayim Kivanu v'acharta, v'otanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, be'ahava uvratzon, inchaltanu, baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh ha-shabbat. L'chaim. It's a little while before you've got a part, so you can hang out up here, you can go back down there, whatever you're going to go back down there. Okay. All right, Lechato D welcomes the spirit of Shabbat, the Shabbat bride, the Shabbat queen. When we get to the final verse, it's an ancient tradition to turn to the entrance to greet that spirit, so I'll let you know when we get to that point. So at the final verse, we'll rise and turn towards the entrance of wherever you came in from. But first we sing. Lechadodi likrat kala yalla 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 neshama nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala yalla 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 neshama nekabela. Shamor v'zachor v'dibor echad Ishmianu el hamyuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad L'shem u'tiferet v'litila L'chadodi likrat kala yalla 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 B'nei Shabbat yekabela L'chadodi likrat kala yalla 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 B'nei Shabbat yekabela Likrat Shabbat lefuvenelcha Ki hi mekor habracha Merosh mikedem nesucha Sof maaseh b'machshavat tchila Lechadodi likrat kala yalla 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 B'nei Shabbat yekabela Lechadodi likrat likrat kala yalla 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, hitoreri, ki ba'orech umiori, uri uri, shir daveri, kevod Adonai Allah yichnigla. Lechadodi likrat kala yalla 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala yalla 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela. We rise and face the entrance and your uncle. Boi v'shalom ateret ba'ala gam b'simcha uv'tolam. Tochemune am segula, boi chala, boi chala. You can turn back around. Lechadodi likrat kala yalla 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala yalla 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela. You may be seated for a moment, but you're up here. Let's get this. I want it closer to your mouth. Okay, you ready? You got it? You good? Go for it. Yitkada v'yitkada shemei rabba be'alma divrach hirte v'yamlich malchute b'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye duchol beit Yisrael. Bagala, bagala, uvizman kariv, vimeru, amen. Yehesh me rabba mevorach, leolam ulam me'amaya, yitbarach, yitbarach, vishtabach, yitbar vitramam vitnase, vitadar, vitale, vitalam, shemeda kudasha brihu. Le'ela minko birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma, ve'imeru, amen. Wow, that was good. Everyone stood up. So the rest of the stuff, we get your classmates up here. You want them to do that? You don't care? Lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai. Adonai HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai. We join together. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'ma'ariv aravim. We continue. O one and only God, you have made each of us unique and formed us to be united in one family of life. Be with us, Eternal One, as we seek to unite our lives with your power and your love. We proclaim now your oneness and our own hope for unity. We acclaim your creative power in the universe and in ourselves, the law that binds world to world and heart to heart. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu may be seated, except for your Hebrew school classmates who should come on up here and help out. You've all done this before. You remember what to do, right? You don't? You just, yeah, really? Okay, well then I get the certificates out. Okay, here we go. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בהם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי הייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. Come Amen. 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 Okay, I don't know if any of you know this one. We'll find out. It's actually an old one that I haven't been doing much, but I'm adding it in. You can stand up here, you can sit down, you can hang, whatever you want to do. We'll be back up in a moment, or you can just hang out. All right, if you know it, please join us. I'm going to do a traditional melody of it. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et Shabbat Lasot et Shabbat ledorotam berito lam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et Shabbat Lasot et Shabbat ledorotam berito lam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et hashabat lasot et hashabat ledorotam berito lam. Uvayom hashvi shavat vayinafash Shavat vayinafash v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et Shabbat lasot et Shabbat ledorotam berito lam. We now turn to, okay, tongue works. The section known as Tefillah, which means prayer. It's also known as Amidah, which means standing. So for it, we rise. Ready now? Ana na 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 satai tifta. Ana na 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 ufiagi tehilatecha. Ana na 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 ana na 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 satai tifta. Ana na 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 ufiagi tehilatecha. Ana na 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 Adonai. Ana na 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 satai tifta. Ana na 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 ufiagi tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Haste Avot v'Imahot, Umevi Gula Livnei V'nehem, L'ma'an Shmo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshiach u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'el Amarnai, Mechayeh HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia, Mashiva Ruach u'Morid Hagashem, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechayeh HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofeh Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Ba'al Gevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Memit Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman ata lahachayot hakol. Baruch ata Adonai mechaye hakol. Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yahalu chasela. Baruch ata Adonai ha'el hakadosh. We continue silently with the words in our hearts, with our own thoughts and meditations. You may continue seated or standing as you prefer. I don't know if you all know Shalom Rav.
Yeah, I think I might.
So you can hang out or you can just go to chairs. Okay, you gotta leave, Jean. I guess we're doing boys and girls, but. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech hador lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech hador lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה לשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. We take time in each of our services to offer a prayer of strength and healing to all those who can use it. It's our Misha Berach prayer for healing. Of course, at home on Zoom, if people want to write names into the chat for those they're thinking about, we invite you to do so. Here in our room, we'll give you an opportunity to say out any names that you would like to offer up for Misha Berach. It's traditional, just say them at any time, but if you want to wait until I look your direction, you're welcome to do that. So if you would like to mention names of those who could use blessings of strength and healing, we invite you to offer those names up. For them, for all those who can use blessings of health, we offer our Misha Berach prayer. Misha Berach Avoteinu Mekor HaBracha V'imotenu, the source of strength, who bless the ones before us us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Ishebera imotenu mekora bracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, renewal of spirit. Let us say, Amen. In addition to the blessings for health, for too long now we've needed to offer this blessing, and as I've reminded us here and there, it's not a new blessing. This is not a blessing from post-October 7th. This is a blessing that was created centuries ago because we've faced these kinds of horrific challenges for centuries. It's a blessing for those held in captivity, and we think about those souls still held unable to return to their families, their friends, their loved ones. Achenu kol beit Yisrael, achiotenu kol beit Yisrael. Our brothers and sisters, our family and friends, the whole house of Israel, all those in distress and captivity, wanderers over sea and land, may God have mercy on them and bring them safely from distress to comfort, from darkness to light, from slavery to redemption, from captivity to freedom. May all be free swiftly and soon, and we say, Amen. We also think about those living in Israel, those in the surroundings, those whose job it is to protect people there, as well as everyone within that region. Avinu shebashamayim tzur Yisrael v'goalenu, barech et medinat Yisrael. O Heavenly One, protector and redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen. May the one who blessed our ancestors before us bless all those who strive to protect the land of Israel and who live therein, from the north to the south, east to west. May God confound those bent on destruction and bring strength to the builders of peace. May all of our protectors return home safely, and may we soon reach the day that brings lasting peace for all Israel and all the world. And we say, Amen. Yaron Lishinsky and Sarah Milgram. Vibrant young adults dedicated to productive solutions to the crises we are facing today. They're not statistics, they have names. Yaron Lishinsky and Sarah Milgram. From CNN, Lishinsky grew up in Germany and moved to Israel before landing in Washington, where he'd worked at the embassy for a little over 2 years. Milgram was from Kansas and moved to Washington to pursue a master's degree. After volunteering in Israel for a year at an organization promoting peace and dialogue, she began working at the embassy in Washington shortly after the October 7th, 2023 attacks on Israel by Hamas. Their burgeoning relationship was well known at the embassy where they met. They would often be seen having lunch together. It was the cutest love story, an Israeli official told CNN, adding, "It was like a poster for a Netflix rom-com." Lishinsky had planned to propose to Milgram in Jerusalem during an upcoming trip. I think they were supposed to leave this Sunday. The Israeli official said Milgram hadn't met Lashinsky's family in Israel yet, and they planned to travel there so she could meet them before they got engaged. Friends and colleagues of Lashinsky and Milgram said they were both devoted to diplomacy and the peace process in Israel. The event they were attending Wednesday was hosted by the American Jewish Committee for Young Professionals and was organized to discuss how multi-faith organizations can work together to bring humanitarian aid to war-torn regions like Gaza. Mainstream, well-established Jewish organizations working to bring humanitarian aid to Gaza. Like so many of the kibbutznikim who lived adjacent to Gaza, who worked to build bridges, who volunteered to assist the people living in Gaza, who still, after the brutal attack that murdered so many of their friends and family, continue to speak out for peace, continue to demonstrate against the current Israeli government. I look at their faces and it just tears me up. I don't even have to get into who is wrong or right, just to know that thousands and thousands of people in Israel and surrounding lands continue to stand up and speak up for peace and cooperation. In recent weeks, I've been reading reports of more and more Gazans speaking up against Hamas leadership, and that's an extremely dangerous thing to do. And yet they do it. When we turn to Torah, we find ourselves in the midst of Leviticus, in our Torah reading cycle, which goes into significant detail about the proper treatment of our fellow human beings, treatment of flora and fauna, the plants and animals with which we share this planet, as well as other necessary wisdom for sustainable living. In some ways, the language is antiquated there in the text, and we might have some trouble relating to it, and other passages that speak as clearly to us today as they did to our ancestors thousands of years ago. These passages in Leviticus remind us to give our land a rest every 7 years. The text commands us to leave the corners of our fields and vineyards for the underprivileged to pick. It reminds us to care for and free those in bondage, and a variety of other rules designed to care for those whose lives are not secure. Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel, heir to Hasidic dynasties, read these passages and they moved him to action. It was quite common during Rabbi Heschel's time and for centuries before to read these passages theoretically, but Heschel could not. He read them as he read the words of the dynamic young preacher, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and Heschel could not stand still. Neither one of them could stand still. They became very close friends. They spoke out. Dr. King spoke out. And they marched. They marched together. Yaron and Sarah, deeply dedicated to Israel, and at the same time, like so many of us, also deeply moved by the suffering in Gaza. And they worked to find ways to better the lives of those living in these horrible conditions. Throughout Leviticus, we receive instructions for treating our fellow human beings in a holy fashion. I know Ajani and her family know this element of our tradition and put it into action in their daily lives. I'm convinced that we can have an effect on anti-Semitism simply by having an effect locally. When we as the Jewish community stand up for bettering everyone in our surroundings, we break down the ignorant misperceptions. I'm looking forward to hearing more about that and what Ajani will say about what she and her family do regularly when she talks to us about it tomorrow. Doing everything I can not to do any spoilers. It's interesting how certain elements of life intersect. I know many people who care deeply about seeing the humanity in the vulnerable lives around us. And many of those people also connect to each other, to life, through music, which often helps us to serve this purpose. One of the greatest influences on my life was Pete Seeger, who also worked closely with Reverend King in the civil rights movement. I was especially influenced early in life by Pete Seeger's children's record. Yeah, vinyl record. Anyone know what that is? You do? Okay, we've got some retro people. Awesome, good. I still have my vinyl of Pete Seeger, Children's Concert at Town Hall. Pete believed he could bring people together across boundaries of race and religion, across political and socioeconomic divides through music. He believed in the promise of a peaceful world, an equitable world, and he believed he could break down barriers by encouraging people to sing together. He often got together and made music with a friend of his, Woody Guthrie. And for those who don't know that name, Guthrie wrote This Land Is Your Land. I hope you know that one, which is really a protest song. Guthrie also wrote on his guitar. Didn't just write with his guitar, he wrote on his guitar. Some of you know what he wrote. He wrote, "This machine kills fascists." Yeah, I even wrote down that I was going to say, you all got to it before I did. He did that in the 1940s as part of the war effort for the United States. This machine kills fascists. By the way, I know that Bruce Springsteen is a major Woody Guthrie and Pete Seeger fan. Springsteen did a whole album of songs that Seeger popularized. Anyway, Pete Seeger liked the concept that his friend wrote on the guitar, but not the violent nature of it. Seeger wrote on the head of his banjo, "This machine surrounds hate and forces it to surrender." Years later, Steve Martin mused that you can't play a depressing song on a banjo, and that Richard Nixon would have benefited from playing a banjo. Martin said, "I always thought the banjo was the one thing that could have saved Nixon. If he went on television right at the right time and went, 'Hi, everything's great,' play a little tune on the banjo, I think it would have been great. If he'd been traveling around the country and got off the plane and said, 'I'd like to talk about politics, but first a little Foggy Mountain Breakdown.'" Or Linus talking to Charlie Brown. "The way I see it, as soon as a baby is born, he should be issued a banjo." These words and melody still pop back into my head at times like this, words that I'll get to in a moment. I learned them first from that Pete Seeger children's album, and I'm pretty sure I played it a few times for the Jewish preschool, which you may not remember me singing this one. Ajani and her cousins and Louis Case. Yeah, he's working on the awake part right now, though. Okay. Anyway, when you were little ones, I occasionally played this. So I think we should play it and sing it. I'll play it. Y'all sing it. I need a banjo for this one. I didn't write on my banjo. Anyone know this one? Anyone remember this album? Now, this was written in 1947. If we were writing it today, and I haven't been able to rewrite it to get it to scan properly, so I understand it's a little antiquated in some of the language. My apologies. But what they were trying to do at that time was powerful and good, and it still says the right thing. If each little kid could have fresh milk each day, if each working man had enough time to play, if each homeless soul had a good place to stay, it could be a wonderful world. Oh, could be a wonderful world. Here's the chorus. If we could consider each other a neighbor, a friend, or a brother, it could be a wonderful, wonderful world. It could be a wonderful world. Oh, it could be a wonderful world. If there were no poor and the rich were content, if strangers were welcome wherever they went, if each of us knew what true brotherhood meant, it could be a wonderful world. Oh, could be a wonderful world. Now, any of you familiar with Pete Seeger knows that we cannot leave here tonight until you've all sung this with me. Here we come back to the chorus. If we could consider each other a neighbor, a friend, or a brother, it could be a wonderful, wonderful world. It could be a wonderful world. You're not all singing yet. All right, here we go. Come on, everybody with me. If we could consider each other. If we could consider each other, a neighbor, a friend, or a brother. Neighbor, a friend, or a brother. It could be a wonderful world. It could be a wonderful, wonderful world. It could be a wonderful world. Oh, could be a wonderful world. We got some work to do. We'll get there. We'll get there. There are many musicians today working to bring people together through music. In Israel, in the Middle East, and all throughout the world, I believe there are many paths to peace. For some, music brings them together. I've also seen it through other art forms. Sometimes it's on a sports field. Some connect through caretaking of nature. I sometimes go to church, or the mosque, or the Gurdwara. Rabbi Heschel marched with Dr. King. Tomorrow, Ajani will tell us about what she has done to connect with people. And I especially appreciate, we encourage our youth to do projects for their B'nai Mitzvah. And with quite a few, including Ajani, you don't have to actually schedule to do it because it's just what you do. It's what your family does, and that's perfect. That's exactly what we're looking for. We'll sing a little bit more tonight, one ancient melody in a moment, followed by an ancient prayer with which we remember the lives of people we care about. And to those names this evening, we will include Sarah Milgram and Yaron Lashinsky. I don't know them, but I pray that their beautiful souls will live on as blessings. Let us continue now with the Aleinu, and for that we rise. Got it? You can open it. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoye haratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamona. V'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai l'melech al kol ha'aretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad Ushemo echad. You may be seated for a moment. I'll read the names that we maintain on our list. Of course, at home on Zoom, if you want to add names into the chat, please first someone write Kaddish so we can separate between.
Why did you not tell us they died?
Oh, was that not obvious?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was part of the news. Yeah, for those who had not been following the news, this was Wednesday evening at the Capitol Jewish Museum in Washington, D.C., where someone perpetrated a horrific anti-Semitic attack, and 2 young adults, beautiful souls, lost their lives. And it's hit us really deeply, many of them. Many of us have been really affected by this. And so we remember them along with all of our loved ones. I'll read our list. and their names as well. And then, of course, if people have additional names to include, we'll invite you to do that. And it's really tough, you know, because the internet gets you everything. And so you pull up this picture, such vibrant, vibrant young people. And it says something about what a tough world we're living in. And I don't ever forget that I'm surrounded by vibrant young people. Life goes on, and we will honor the memories of Yaron and Sarah by continuing to bring the vibrant life to what we do here and to all of what it means to be Jewish in the world around us. I know how important it was to them, and I didn't even know them. But from everything I've seen so far, we will fail them if we do not stand up and live into not only our own Judaism, but what it means to bring people together at difficult times, because that was something they were already engaged in doing. And I know people in the history of our congregation have been engaged in this for generations, some of them more than others. One of the people on our list this evening is one of the few people here in Fresno to have a school named after him. He was an important person in the life of the Fresno community. And whether you've got your name on something or not, everyone can make a difference and should stand up and make a difference. We remember this week Sam Albert, Celia Benedict, Isaac Kent Cohn, Alex Fair, Benjamin Gandler, Dr. Hyman Milton Ginsburg, whose name is on Ginsburg Elementary, Keith Goldring, William Grayman, Paul Jacobson, Jack Moshe Cater, Hilda Katz, Arkady Krupnik, Samuel Roberts, Leon Rosenberg, Harry Rothenberg, Carl Sachs, Pearl Sanders, Miles Schwamm, John Schwartz, Sigmund Schwartz, Frida Siegel, Sarah Smith, Josephine Solomon, and we add our voices to those of the Jewish community all throughout the world in naming Yaron Lashinsky and Sarah Milgram. Are there other names that people would like mentioned for Kaddish this evening? For them, for all those we keep in our hearts, as well as those who have no one left to say Kaddish for them, we rise together as a community. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divarach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach le'olam umei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudsha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, uyaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May all of their memories be for beautiful blessings. Amen. You may be seated. Some things coming up. There are always more things than I mention, and so one should consult our emails and website for those. Of course, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. on Zoom is our Torah study. Tomorrow afternoon at 3:30, Ajani will be leading our community in prayer as she is called to Torah as Bat Mitzvah. Everyone should make at least a mental note that starting June 6th, we shift back to 7:30 p.m. services, and if you're also taking notes, that's when in the Gevurot prayer we change from Mashiv Haruach or Morid Hagashem to Morid Hatal. Got it? No problem, right? Okay. Anyway, that's when the service shifts a teeny bit. Just pay attention, you'll get that. So that's June 6th. Now, This Monday morning at 8 a.m., you are all invited to join our crew at the TBI cemetery to place flags on the graves there that are, we have marked those who we do them for in honor of the many, many veterans who gave their lives and are members of our community here. We have a tiny little cemetery, and it is inspiring to see how many flags go up on Memorial Day and Veterans Day. So many people from this community dedicated their lives in service, and we all owe them a debt of gratitude. So Monday morning, 8 a.m., you're welcome to join people for that. Let's do one more song, and I'm going to take this melody back to old-time New Orleans. Some of you might recall the melody, not exactly from a synagogue context. Some years ago, without telling the pastor, he asked me to do some music, and I got up at St. Rest Missionary Baptist Church in Southwest Fresno, where my buddy Pastor Kreiner is there, and I just started singing and playing it. I had tipped off the organist and said, okay, here's what I'm playing, just go with it. Oh my God. For those of us who have not gotten much experience to play with a gospel organist, just wow, wow, oh my God, wow. And then the teenager behind the drums starts playing. The greatest thing was, afterward, I went over to Jackie, the organ player, and I said, that was amazing, thank you so much. Would it help next time if I brought music? And she looked at me and said, oh, honey, I don't read a note of music. I'm like, all right, well, if it's familiar, the words ought to be familiar. And for a couple of you at least, the melody might be. Oh, say shalom bimroma. Say shalom aleinu. I'm not used to this key. Hang on. Ve'akol ha'olam ve'imru amen. Oh, say shalom bimromav. Try it with me. Oh, say shalom bimromav. Yaseh shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol ha'olam. Ve'al kol ha'olam. Ve'imru. Amen. Let's do it at least one more time. I don't think you know it yet. Oh, say shalom. Yaseh shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol ha'olam. Ve'imru. Amen. Shabbat shalom, everyone. We'll join in back for motzi, oneg, schmoozing. You can tell which tables are for tonight. The fancy ones, that's come back tomorrow. The other ones are tonight's oneg.
Hello, Shabbat.